Alrighty. Okay, we're using the Little Prince Tarot today because we're going to be connecting with your inner child, as well as the Myths and Mermaids Oracle deck to see what messages your inner child or childhood self has to say to you. What messages do we have today? The Seven of Swords. Oh, starting off pretty strong here, inner child. The Chariot. The Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck we have the Sun. Let's see which mermaid wants to speak. Oh, that's a bit much, but we'll see 'em. The Absinthe Mermaid. Sea Beasties. And the last card of the Mermaid Oracle deck, card number 44, Trilobots. Well, a lot of mermaids came up today. Bottom of the deck we have the Flying Fish. Okay. Wow, all of these are the number 8. 44 equals 8, the number 8, and then 26, which is 8. 8 might be a really important number for you, like a birthday or a life path number, or maybe just your favorite number. And if not, it represents infinity when you turn it to the side, right? Wow. Your inner child is a very strong little girl or boy who you were as a child, kept a lot to herself. I'm saying her because the mermaids are female, but this is for male, female. Apply it as is. Your childhood self, when you were a child, you kept a lot to yourself. You may have been codependent on other people's view of you. You wanted to come off as somebody who was strong, because you had to be strong, and you were very strong, but you didn't get a lot of recognition for that as a child. You pushed a lot of stuff down, a lot of feelings, and it seems like they're coming up to the surface today. Your childhood self has essentially been waiting for something. She's telling you that she's been waiting for something. I think she's been waiting for you to wake up, because you can't come into alignment with your higher self if you haven't come into alignment or remembered your childhood self. Your inner child and your higher self, they're kind of the same person, different forms of the same being, your self-actualized version. Now with the Seven of Swords, what I see is that your inner child is telling you that there is something you're not seeing because you almost don't want to. Something, a truth that you're not facing. Something you're trying to shortcut around. Don't I know the feeling? Don't I know the feeling? You're having a hard time moving forward in life. You feel like you've left something behind in the past. Hear that plane? As I was looking at the Chariot card, setting sail. You feel like you've left something behind in the past and it's unconscious. You can't move forward without it. It's something that is very near and dear to your heart. You may be feeling emotionally unstable sometimes at this point in your life and you don't know why. A lot of things trigger your emotions. Something really mundane or ordinary could make you cry, and you don't know why. Well, for one, it's because you've got a gigantic heart and you feel everything. But it's also because there's something down in the depths of your heart, in the nook and cranny somewhere that you're not seeing with your conscious mind. It's not in your awareness right now. Something that you've been holding onto without realizing it. It's coming to the surface now. It's something you've been trying to leave behind, but you shouldn't. You should be taking it with you, and you're not going to be able to move forward without it. What is it? What is it? The Nine of Cups. Oh, this one's already flipped. The Empress. And she was already flipped over for a few rounds. I didn't see her either. It looks like we're both missing it. We're talking about a happy place. You had a happy place as a child that you feel like you don't have now. And you're trying to move forward and travel to go there to find it. But it's not going to happen because it's not located outside of yourself. It's not in that new home. It's not in that new love life. It's not in that new soul tribe. It's not outside of you. Your happy place is already deep inside of you. You just have to remember it. This is a place that perhaps your mother created for you. This is a place that perhaps your father fostered in you. It might be your imagination. Your happy place is your imagination. You think that you're crazy and you're trying to be overly strategic, using your mind over matter, mind over heart, because that's what society told you growing up. Boy, were they fucking wrong, okay? You can't go anywhere without that imagination. Today, your inner child is telling you, remember me? Remember my dreams? Remember all of the things I believed in? You can't go anywhere without them, because they are you. They are a part of you. Remember to believe in them again. You had a vision as a child of who you would be when you would grow up. This Empress. Maybe over time you got called narcissistic or something because people didn't understand. And it forced you to travel so far outside of yourself. It's time to go back home. Your inner child is like, damn. You have everything you need. You are intelligent enough. You are practical, scientific even, with that Seven of Swords. But you need your imagination because that's the most important thing. Your emotions and your capacity to weave worlds using just your mind, that's your tool, that's your gift. You need it. Your inner child is saying, remember what it is you used to believe in that everybody told you was crazy. You weren't crazy, they were just misunderstanding. Eight of Wands. And the Four of Cups. You traveled so far outside of yourself that you removed yourself from your emotions for a while. You need them. Emotions are the motion of the ocean. And by ocean, I mean your whole soul, your inner world. It's a rich ecosystem. Marine biology, man. That's why we have the flying fish. You feel like a fish out of water. You've been sucking up too much of that air, all of that mind, all of those thoughts, ideas. Good for you. But get back in the water. The water is your emotions. The fish belongs in the water. Go back to your heart space. And the way that you do that is mermaid with the pink lotus. She represents rest. Take a break. Indulge in your feelings. Validate other people's feelings. They're all real. As practical as thought and plan. Your inner child is saying, you want to self-actualize? You want to find your own home? You want your dream life? Then dream it. It's called a dream life for a reason. You don't get there by sciencing it. You get there by dreaming it. Your capacity to dream is the most important thing, and your inner child is telling you, you have abandoned it. Come back and get it. Your inner child has been waiting for you. Waiting for decades. And now it's time to come back home because you're not going anywhere without her. And by her, again, I mean all of your dreams. They're real. They're manifesting all around you, but they're not going to be able to find you and manifest around you in 3D reality until you open yourself up to it. You got to be a vibrational match for it. So your inner child, this beautiful little mermaid, and or this adorable little prince, whichever you identify with most, probably both, because we are both. They're telling you that the most beautiful thing about the desert is that somewhere it hides a well. That water is the source of life. Your dreams matter. Don't ever put them on the back burner. They're here for you to use them. Honor your inner child in everything that you do, in everything that you create. Let it be an ode to childhood you. When you do that more and more, you'll realize how much reality will align with that. You will soar so high and you will go so far. All of that is a reflection of your capacity to believe. Open yourself up to believe. Don't be scared. Okay, I think that'll do. Thank you.